Good morning, everyone. This is Mary, also known as Sunny Love. I'm with you today with my fourth book, Let's Get Real, Lessons Learned from the Field. I wanted to thank each and every one of you guys who have subscribed, who have liked, who have shared the video. And I chose for today on day 23, can you believe it? Forgiving yourself first. Before I was able to forgive others, I had to forgive myself. Not for the trauma that one goes through, but for how long I've carried the shame. Shame that sometimes turns into pain, that causes us to back up rather than facing life challenges on a daily basis. Self-forgiveness is a breakthrough, not a letdown, or not something for me to stop operating at a higher capacity on. It frees our heart. And out of the abundance of the heart, if we have baggage in there, it will speak. And sometimes that speaking would not always be kind, because when we're in pain, it's hard to say something nice sometimes because you're hurting. And they say hurt people hurt other people, and I know it to be true as an experience for myself. You deserve freedom from that and those self-defeating thoughts and words we say to ourselves. So I'm going to read a little bit from chapter 11, continuing. I, for one, am choosing a new journey. A journey in which I can see such beautiful things in life that I do and say will be so rich and full of completeness that I find no hesitancy moving forward. Fear will no longer be allowed to interfere with my determination and get in the way of my progress as I allow passion to be my driving force. It is my belief that if we operate from this particular modality, we will always be doing that which we were called to live into. A life so rich of all the essential things that we would ever desire or need to be complete. You must be the masters of your own castles and the life force of your desired realities. This journey that I am on is one so sweet. When I am alone, I meditate on that which I seek. It is only when someone else desires to bring their confusion into my space that I get a little upset and disturbed. Yet I remain confident that I am still the one that can control how I choose to react, even at those inopportune times. I wanted to thank you for allowing me to read that with you guys, and I wanted to say that sometimes when I get uncomfortable or when I get anxious and I feel a panic attack may come on. I had panic attacks for 8 years, and at times I would go to my own window and try and get a breath. And what I found out is that I was packing a little bit too much of my childhood memories and shameful past behaviors, that it was, I call it congesting me. And so when we feel overstuffed, I call it, or too full, and we have so much stuff we're trying to juggle, if we tried handling those 72,000 thoughts we have each day, we'd probably drive ourselves crazy. But those automatic negative thoughts are going to pop up regardless, because we carry what was in the environment, we carry the baggage from childhood, we carry memories that were harmful or shameful. Some were bullied, some were called out of their names as children, and even though we become adults, it's not until we are around 25 or 26 years old that we have the full capacity of our prefrontal cortex, our executive function rests there, and that we can navigate through harm or navigate through hard decisions on our own. And I know we always think that moms or dads are too much to deal with, and we talk a little bit too much sometimes, but sometimes it's good to go to mom and dad with some of the things that we're frustrated with in this journey, especially with all that's going on in the world today. But one technique I use a lot myself is I like to take a few deep breaths. And that helps me get into my logic thinking. And it helps me change sometimes from being in my survival mode. Because I think a lot of times we are automatically operating in survival thinking rather than logical thinking sometimes because we are on edge. And so let's take a few deep breaths. Hold it, and blow out. A deep breath. Hold it, and blow out. A deep breath. Hold it, and blow out. Don't you feel a little tingling in your body, a little tingling in your hands? Or everybody's tingling will be somewhere different, depending on where you're holding, I call the trauma sometimes. And I want you to be able to release yourself from being tense. And even if we feel somebody else has pushed us a little bit too far, we can still calm ourselves down. If I told you some of the things that I'm having to deal with myself right now, with life just showing up, and things we never planned for, you would be surprised yourself. How does she get through that? Well, I get through that through a lot of reading, a lot of letting go, a lot of giving myself permission to be okay. I hope that all is well with you and your loved ones and that you're taking care of yourself as I will take care of myself. And so, guys, thank you for being with me. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Thank you for those who have liked. And I think sometimes I don't remember to say that because my daughter gets on me a lot for, Mom, you need to say subscribe, you need to say like, you need to say share. So I'm saying it, guys. Have a great day. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 24. Wow, we're doing this.